Mike Rowe, best known for hosting the TV show Dirty Jobs, joins Ben Shapiro to discuss his new patriotic film Something to Stand For and share his perspectives on the American workforce, education, and culture. Rowe explains that the film features 9 stories from his podcast adapted for the big screen, focusing on lesser-known aspects of famous historical figures who helped build America. He describes it as unapologetically patriotic, but not political, aimed at those who see themselves first and foremost as Americans. Rowe and Shapiro discuss how baseline patriotism has become controversial in recent years. They argue there's a divide between the political chattering class and the vast majority of Americans when it comes to patriotic sentiment. Rowe contends that while it's fine to have disagreements, the anti-Americanism that has crept into public discourse is concerning. He emphasizes the film is meant for those who still see themselves primarily as Americans, not for those who fundamentally view themselves as something else. The conversation touches on how understanding America's greatness requires knowledge of world history and other cultures. Shapiro argues that to truly appreciate America's uniqueness, one must comprehend how awful many other places and value systems around the world have been throughout history. They criticize the ignorance required to make moral equivalences between America and regimes like Nazi Germany or Imperial Japan. Rowe and Shapiro discuss the importance of getting out of one's zip code to gain perspective on America's place in the world. They lament how many people lack curiosity about or awareness of cultures and histories beyond America, leading to an America-centric worldview that paradoxically fuels anti-American sentiment. The discussion shifts to the state of the American workforce, particularly blue-collar jobs. Rowe highlights a significant issue. For every 5 skilled tradespeople who retire, only about 1.5 are entering to replace them. This has led to a major skills gap and lack of interest in trades that has persisted for nearly 2 decades. While acknowledging issues like inflation and high college costs, Rowe emphasizes that entrepreneurs who have mastered in-demand skills are thriving in the current economy. He argues this success story is underreported. The conversation touches on how the economy has been geared toward college graduates for 60 years, often at the expense of promoting skilled trades. Rowe and Shapiro discuss the inflated cost and diminishing value of many college degrees. Rowe notes that his own liberal arts education cost around $12,200 in 1984, while the same coursework today would cost about $94,000. They argue many degrees, particularly in non-STEM fields, have become less valuable or even counterproductive given the debt incurred. The conversation turns to the potential impact of artificial intelligence on various job sectors. Contrary to earlier predictions that AI would primarily threaten blue-collar jobs, Rowe and Shapiro discuss how white-collar professions like law, journalism, and the arts may be more at risk. They explore the irony that jobs requiring physical skills and in-person interaction may become more secure and in demand as AI advances. Rowe and Shapiro contemplate the broader implications of AI on creativity, originality, and how we assign value to human-created versus AI-generated content. They discuss the potential for AI to fundamentally alter our value systems and the way we think about difficult tasks that can now be done easily by machines. The conversation touches on the decline of various cultural and community institutions in American life. Rowe laments the loss of organizations like the Boy Scouts in its original form, 4-H clubs, and various civic groups that provided connective tissue in communities. He argues these institutions played a crucial role in bringing people together across socioeconomic lines and fostering shared values. Shapiro emphasizes the importance of religious institutions in this context, arguing that churches and synagogues are one of the few remaining places where people of different economic strata regularly interact. They discuss how the erosion of these common spaces and shared experiences has contributed to social division and isolation. When asked what advice he'd give to an 18-year-old considering their future, Rowe emphasizes the need for a personalized approach rather than one-size-fits-all advice. He encourages young people to consider all options, from apprenticeships to Ivy League schools to community colleges, and to weigh them carefully. He also highlights the value of the magic box, smartphones, internet, that provides access to vast amounts of information and learning opportunities at an affordable price. Rowe discusses his foundation, which awards work ethic scholarships to help close the skills gap by funding training for in-demand jobs. He explains the foundation's Sweat Pledge, a 12-point commitment that scholarship recipients must make. The pledge emphasizes gratitude for living in America, personal responsibility, and work ethic. He argues that while people may not want lectures or sermons, sometimes they need both, and that these traditional virtues benefit both individuals and society. The conversation concludes with Rowe and Shapiro reflecting on the importance of shared values and community institutions in maintaining social cohesion. They express concern about the erosion of these elements in modern society and emphasize the need to rebuild and reinforce them. Rowe reiterates his commitment to telling stories that highlight these values and foster a sense of shared American identity.